Hello, welcome to Up Close and Personal, which is where we look at things under the microscope and see what they look like. Now it's a little bit different this time compared to last term, because this term I've asked you to send in requests of things that you would like to see under the microscope, and they're the things that I'm going to show you. Now if I don't get many requests, I'm going to choose some things myself, because there's some things I want to show you regardless, but I'll try and cover as many of those as I can. For this week, I already had one ready, just in case I didn't hear from any of you in time. Because what happened the other day was I cut my finger on some glass and it started bleeding, and I went, oh, I'll get my blood and I'll have a look at it under the microscope and then I'll show you. So that's exactly what I did. I put it on a slide, slid it under the microscope, and then I could see the cells, my blood cells, and I'm going to show you those now. I went on Google Classroom yesterday and there were already suggestions from you about what things to look at under the microscope. So I filmed maybe 5 or 6 of those, and then I came home and checked my email and there was a whole bunch more ideas in there. So I've started a list in a book of your ideas for things to look at under the microscope, and I'm just going to work through them. So if you send me an email or something on Google Classroom, I'll add it to the list. And you might not get to see it in the next video, but if you keep watching in future weeks, I'm sure it'll pop up as I work through that list. So keep sending me ideas, thank you very much, and here are the first few that you asked for. Hello, welcome to our new segment called Draw Science Like a Pro. Now sadly, neither of us are pros at drawing. Are you? Oh, you're pretty good.
No.
Anyway, so you're probably not actually going to learn how to draw science like a pro with us, but this is a game. It's like Pictionary, okay? So I draw a picture, or Abby draws a picture about science, and you have to guess what it is that we're drawing, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Not very hard. It's actually just for fun.
It becomes increasingly difficult because neither of us can draw. But
yeah, neither of us can draw. And maybe we'll draw them particularly badly for the grade 5, 6s.
we could.
Okay, let's get started. Okay, we've got the bling on. Do you miss the LED lights, kids? This is, you're not missing out now because we can do it here. I let Abby choose the colour. Normally, a kid who's done something really good in class gets to pick the colour. You're not here. None of you have done anything good in class. So
Ouch.
I'm going to let Abby pick the colour. I'm going to guess. Circle, sphere, earth,
You draw
a
this?
nose, snowman, a cherry, an apple,
No.
a balloon upside down,
This is failing.
a pendulum, a lion hanging from...
No,
What is this?
Start again.
Start again. Wait, we need the spray. Here, spray. See, this is another good thing about being at school. I don't have spray at home. Okay, come on, Abby.
Okay.
You can do it.
Can I change?
No. You've picked one in your head. You could have picked anything.
No.
You've got to keep going. That's the rules.
I don't know how to draw it,
I can
though.
make up whatever rules I want because it's a brand new segment that no one's ever thought of before, ever. Come on. Okay, it's not a ball or a cherry or any of those things. A ball,
No.
a sphere, an orb, a person with a hair, a chicken,
It's science, Mum.
science, a bomb.
Yes.
It's a bomb.
I can't draw. That was really sad.
So you know how we call this segment draws? Draw science like a pro? I've just realised that we're not going to be teaching you that. So as you can see, that was a very successful Pictionary question. Now it's my turn. And because I laughed at her so much, fingers crossed I could actually draw something, otherwise I'm going to be the brunt of the laughing now. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Circle. Bigger circle. Solar system.
Oh, yes! You got it like straight away. I hadn't even drawn a planet. I was going to do like, here's one of these planets, and then we've got a planet there, and then that one out here. There's the planets. Too easy. Thanks, Ab. Okay.
Sorry.
It's time for interesting science objects in my house. And today I'm going to show you these. Now, they're the ugliest containers ever. My husband keeps saying I need to change them into some nice containers, but it's a bit dangerous what's inside these, and so I'm scared to change them. All right, can you see this? All right, in this jar and this jar, I have mercury. Now, mercury is not something you can easily get your hands on anymore, but it used to be a really common thing around the place. So I have some of this from my dad, and then I got some from somewhere else. And mercury is the only metal that is liquid at room temperature. So you probably know of heaps of different metals. You might know iron, you might know tin, you might know aluminium. You've probably heard of lots of those before. This is also a type of metal, but it's not like the other ones you've seen, is it? Because it's kind of rolling around the place. And what's cool about it is not only is it a liquid, but it's really heavy. So when I pick this up, it's surprisingly heavy in my hands for just a small amount. So those of you who are older and have studied the periodic table a little bit with me, then you know that everything in the world is made up of different atoms. And if you get a bunch of those atoms together, they make what are called the elements, and they're in the periodic table. So mercury is known as Hg, and this is what it looks like. Cool, hey, I've got a couple more examples of it here. I don't know how I ended up with so much mercury in my house, but anyway, this one is actually from a student. You know who you are, friend of my family. Found this little thing. It's a maze. So obviously this was made a long time ago, because you would not be allowed to buy this now. No way, Jose. And it's plastic on the top, and there's a maze inside. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on the camera, but I'll try and get a photo of it later for you. Inside it, there's a little ball of dribbly mercury, and you have to try and get the mercury into the maze. I have to try and get it, oops, around the maze and into the center. So very cool little thing here. And I also have a third thing of mercury in my house. I might also have a thermometer. It used to be used in thermometers because when metals heat up, they expand, and so you would have it in your thermometer, and as the weather got warmer, it would expand and it would go up inside the thermometer and tell you what temperature it is. Now the last one is on my special wall of things. Whoops. I blue tacked it in so it wouldn't fall out. Now these objects here on the wall, most of them, pretty much all of them I think, came from my grandfather. He died a couple of years ago, which is very sad, but he was a collector of lots of random bits of junk, my family would probably call it. I find them fascinating. So I asked if I could have all the little bits of junk that nobody wanted and put them into this old printer's tray. So behind me you can see so many cool things, and maybe one day I'll even show you what some of those things are. But he was a dentist, and they used to use all different types of chemicals and things for their dentistry work. And they used to use mercury. So I got this from the house, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting thing. What is it? And started unscrewing it. And then I realized what it is. It's a little container that dispenses, which means it kind of pours out, I guess, a tiny little bit of mercury. And when you twist it, a little ball of mercury comes up and you can see it. Now, I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll do it in a video and then post it so you can see how it works now. All right, interesting objects for the day. Over. See you later. So when I first got this little bottle, I realized that I could unscrew the lid. That was the first thing. And the inside, there was a tiny little hole. Can you see that? And I didn't know what this was, so I was sort of playing around with it, trying to figure it out, and I unscrewed it and then I figured it out. So if I turn this really carefully, you keep watching that hole. Now, dentists used to make plates and things for people's teeth. And they used different metals to do that. They used silver and they used mercury. And I don't know this yet, but I have to look it up. I think they might have mixed the two together to make stuff. Oh, see that? Okay, back down. All right, I'm going to turn it again. You watch this come up slowly. A little ball of liquid mercury. Isn't that fascinating? Now, I'm wearing gloves in this video. There you go, I made it go down again. I'll do it one more time. So what's happening is when I twist this, it's pushing down on the mercury below and pushing it up through that hole. And then if I do it the other way, it takes the pressure off the mercury and it drops back down inside again. Now, you've probably noticed in this video that I am using gloves. This week, I would like you to find out, why do you think I'm wearing gloves when I use mercury? What is it about mercury that makes me think I might need to be careful? If you can find that out this week, I'll be very, very impressed. Go ask some people that you know, see if you can find out. All right, see you next time. What are you reading?
Well, I'm looking for Wally in Where's Wally? It's the Wonder Book.
I like that one.
What are you reading?
I'm learning about Holland
That's
because
exciting.
I have some some Dutch friends. It's a really good book. I've actually got 2 of it.
Oh, there's Wendy.
That's Wally, isn't it?
Oh, she's got glasses. Okay, anyway. So this is a segment called Surprise Me.
Oh, really? I'm surprised. But I'm in my dressing gown.
Yeah, so the aim, this isn't the aim, the aim of this segment is that we have to pretend like we've just gotten out of bed.
Well, I just have a snooze on the bed, so it's kind of like getting out of bed, but I didn't have my dressing gown on. I've actually just got my clothes on and I put this on top, so it looked like we you know, snuggled up at the end of the night.
Yeah. Anyway, so we are non-suspiciously reading our books, but inside is a surprise.
Ooh, so what's the surprise?
I can't tell you because it's a surprise.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
so you're going to surprise me?
Yes, I'm going to surprise
Oh,
you.
okay. I'm ready. I'll even put my book down.
Okay, I can't exactly pronounce the name of this one, but
This one what?
well, you'll see.
Wally? Wendy?
Yeah, this is Wally. I can't pronounce
The wizard?
his name. No, okay, we're good.
The dog? What's the dog's name again? Waldo?
Isn't that like the...
I can't remember what the dog's name is after all these years.
Paper.
Okay, what have you got?
Whoa!
Whoa! What is that?
Is called a Glasgus Atlanticus.
Wait, they have to have a look at this. See this? Abby, you surprised me.
It's a type of blue sea slug, but it doesn't really look like a slug, so I'm a bit confused about that.
This is gorgeous. It's actually, I know what this is.
Oh, you do?
I think it's a type of nudibranch.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous, Abby. You have surprised me. Who would have thought that was inside your Where's Wally book? It really looks like you were just reading your book.
Well, I was actually. I found Wendy.
You surprised me. Well, I've got a surprise for you because it turns out there's one inside my book as well.
Whoa, what a coincidence.
I even went to all this effort to print it off and then got in my dressing gown so it looked like we were, snuggling up on the couch. Okay, you ready?
So, what's your surprise?
My surprise is that this is nothing to do with Holland. Inside, I have an animal.
Whoa, cool! You have surprised me.
Looks like a leaf. This is a katydid. It doesn't actually have a common name because it was recently sort of discovered, like a couple of years ago. And it looks like a leaf. Its face is here, and then it's got legs that's it. And look, there its back's legs.
I thought like that was its tongue.
No, that's its abdomen. That's its face there.
Oh.
Look, his little eyeball. There. And if you look on the next page, I've got 2 pictures to surprise you. Look at this surprise. It's the same insect, but from the back. That's its legs.
Cool.
Check out its legs. Did I surprise you?
Yes, you did.
You surprised me too. Good job.
Good job.